I'm Paul. We're doing Leetcode must know interview questions. Today's challenge is insert interval. It is rated medium, but it's similar to the last one we did, which was what was it called? Merge intervals. Really, what we're being asked to do here is insert an interval and then merge it. Now, inserting an interval is not, well, at least it doesn't appear to be a difficult task. So if we can insert the interval, I think we can use the solution from the last problem to do the merge. But anyway, here's the challenge. You are given an array of non-overlapping intervals, where intervals at I equals start and end. We'll see an example of this. They represent the start and end of the ith interval, and intervals is sorted in ascending order by start. That is by the first, well, here, let's page down. What is what do intervals look like? Intervals, it's going to be like this, like an array of, it's going to be an array of two-element arrays. And each array represents an interval. So they are going to be sorted in order of the first element in the interval. Let's see. You are also given an interval, new interval, which will be a two-element array. We can't see the whole method here. Okay, there it is. The method is called insert. Input is a two-dimensional array of intervals. It's an array of two-element intervals. We're also given a integer array called new interval. That's going to be a two-element array, new interval. Insert new interval into intervals such that intervals is still sorted in ascending order by the start element, the first element, and intervals still does not have any overlapping intervals. Merge overlapping intervals if necessary. That's what we did in the last problem. Return intervals after the insertion. Note that you don't need to modify intervals in place. You can make a new array and return it. Yeah, in the merge intervals, we just did it in place. But in this one, I don't think you can do it in place because the intervals array is going to get bigger. We're going to insert an element into it. So we're going to have to make a new array. Here's an example of how it works. This is an interesting example. Let's do example 2. All right. So we have the intervals, and we're going to insert this interval, 4, 8. All right. We want it to be inserted where it's still in sorted order. So it's going to be in between 3, 5 and 6, 7. If we put 4, 8 in there, and the way we merge the intervals is looking backwards. Okay, so 4, 8 goes in there, and we look and see, does it overlap the previous interval? In other words, is 4 less than 5? And it is. So we get a new interval of 3, 8. Moving on to the next interval, 6, 7. Does that overlap? Well, 6 is less than 8, so it does overlap. It's completely contained within the interval, so we still have an interval of 3, 8. Going to the next interval, 8, 10. Does that overlap the 3, 8? And I think I said that the I think I said the start of the next interval was less than the end element of the previous interval. It's less than or equal to. So 3, 8 does overlap with 8, 10, and so we would combine that into 3, 10. And what we're going to get is this. We're going to get the 1, 2 interval. We're going to get that combined interval. We're going to combine 4 intervals into 3, 10, and use the 12, 16. Okay. So let's see what it looks like if we code it. All right. As noted, we don't have to do this in place. I don't think we can do it in place. So we're going to need a new array to hold the result. And we'll call that, let's see, intervals. Let's call it new intervals. New intervals. It is going to be a new integer array, the length of which is intervals dot length plus 1. And the second element is going to be 2. Everything in there is going to be an integer array of length 2. All right. Now, we're going to copy intervals into new intervals. So let's say for int I equals 0, I less than intervals dot length, I plus plus, new intervals at I equals intervals at I. All right, that takes care of the copy. We've got one extra space at the bottom, at the end. So let's say that new intervals, and that will be at intervals.length. Let me copy that. Intervals.length, not new intervals.length, but intervals.length. It's one shorter than new intervals. Intervals.length equals the new interval. All right. Now, we have a solution for merging intervals. And I'm just going to write it here first and say merge new intervals, right? Actually, we're going to return that. Return merge new intervals. Now, I have the solution from yesterday, which is right here. It takes a 2D integer array as input, and it returns a 2D array. All right, so let's copy that, because I think it should just work. Let's see. Res2 array, res add. Right. I don't want to copy too much here. I think I copied too much. Yes, too much. All right. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to go back to insert intervals. I'm going to paste it here. It doesn't have to be public. All right. Merge, return. If that merge works, then, I mean, what's going to happen is we've got this integer array coming in, a 2D integer array of intervals. We're going to copy it into a new 2D array, which is one longer than the original array. We're then going to take this new interval and put it at the end. Now the merge includes a sort. So that new interval is going to get sorted into the right position, and then the merge process is going to take place. And that's it. I mean, I hope it works. Let's try it. What happened? Oh, it's accepted. Okay. Move the frame. I'm going to submit. Geez, we didn't get a great runtime there. You know, the runtime yesterday was really good. And today, even though we're doing almost exactly the same thing, it's not as good. But okay, so this is rated as medium. However, if you already have done or know how to do the merge interval challenge, then it's pretty easy. I mean, just add the new interval to the end of the existing interval array and pass it to the merge method. And that's it. All right. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please feel free to like, subscribe, comment, and see you next time.